The Western world isn't talking about the atrocities currently being carried out in the Tigray region of Ethiopia, despite them being worse than Ukraine. That was the message from the Director General of the World Health Organization last week.
Maybe the reason is the color of the skin of the people in Tigray.
So, here's what's going on. 6 million Tigrayan people have been cut off from internet, travel, medicine, and even their own money as the Ethiopian government wars with rebels in the region, with assistance from Eritrea to the north. For more than a year, Ethiopia has blocked the vast majority of international food aid into Tigray, despite the region being plunged into drought and famine, with reports of some farmers even being barred from planting their own crops. There have been tens of thousands of fatalities, many succumbing to starvation, and 1 in 3 children under the age of 5 are now malnourished. While some powerful nations have called on all sides to end the violence, Amnesty International says that this situation is not being taken seriously enough by the global community. For nearly 2 years, there have been reports of ethnic cleansing, indiscriminate shelling, mass civilian massacres, and rampant sexual violence. Now, the UN says that both sides have committed atrocities, but that the majority have been perpetrated by the Ethiopian military and its allies. And yet, the man who systematically orchestrated all this won a Nobel Peace Prize 3 years ago. So how did we get here? Okay, so back in the 90s, the charge to overthrow Ethiopia's communist dictatorship was led by 2 regions, Tigray and Eritrea. Once they succeeded, Eritrea became its own country, and the Tigrayan People's Liberation Front led Ethiopia's new government. But over the years, the TPLF became more and more brutal and got wrapped up in a war with Eritrea. By 2018, people were so furious that the government figured they better appoint someone from a different party in the coalition to be prime minister. So they went with young Abiy Ahmed, who was meant to be a safe allied option for the TPLF. But almost immediately, he started removing corrupt TPLF members from power and even ended the 20-year war with their enemies, Eritrea, scoring him a Nobel Peace Prize and international praise. But tensions exploded when Ahmed delayed the 2020 election, he says because of COVID. Many viewed this as an attempt to grab power, and Tigray went as far as holding their own regional elections in protest. Just a few months later, Ahmed went on TV to announce that the TPLF had taken over a military base in Tigray and he would be sending in troops, calling it a law and order mission. But this was actually all-out war, even enlisting the help of Eritrea, who attack from the north. And yet, 21 months later, many in the wealthy world aren't even aware that this crisis is going on.
Why? I think we know.